current mainstream politicians from other political parties attempt to capture the general public on saying, you know us. We've done a lot of bad things, but it's not as bad as what they are going to do if they come to power. How do you respond to that?
No, I think it's a fair point that you're making, in that one of the problems that people have with us is that they don't know what a government, an NPP-led government, will look like.
Because the most number of JVP, NPP, closely knitted parliamentarians that have been in parliament is about 16.
No, 39.
39, all right.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah. 39, right? So, and there were 4 ministers at one stage. For 1 year, there were 4 ministers. But so it's not that unknown, right?
But it's still relatively unknown given the 70 plus years of
50
independence.
Plus. Yeah, well, but the party has only been in, the JVP has been in existence for 50 odd years.
And for 1 year, you've had 4 ministers.
Yes, and the NPP is only for 4 years. We formed it.
So we come back to the conclusion that people don't really know what a government under you would be like.
But we are a new party, right? So I think the people have to make a choice, and they are making a choice, right? Between, I think there's a real movement now that is a rejection of the past, a rejection of the establishment, a desire for a different look, a different feel. Right? People don't want to go back to the status quo. I mean, that's the resistance that you see to the current government also, right? Because it's the same old, and they've seen this over and over again, right? So there's a real desire for something new, and I think that's where we come along, right? We are not tainted by the evils that are besetting those who have been in power, right? And that is who we are, right? So I think people have to take us as that, right? And the opposition, the parties who are opposed to us, do 2 things. One is to say they are as bad as us, right?
They meaning you.
Us, right? That
you are as bad as them.
That's one effort they make. The NPP, see, they are also just like us. That's one thing they try to say, that the NPP is no different. Because the fact that we are different is what is hurting them the most. And the second thing is, as you said, to say they don't, we don't know what they are, they'll be worse than us, right? And here they kind of also point to Gotabaya Rajapaksa and say, look what happened there.
Trying to use that to their advantage.
Trying to use that to an advantage. But the response we have here is that we are not a party that is based on an individual. We are not a party that is centered around a personality of a leader, right? We are much more of a collective force, where whether it's how we discuss and come up with our policies, how we implement our policies, how we take decisions as a political movement, this is very, very collective, right? So we take collective responsibility for what we do, right? And I think that's our strength, because we bring in so many people into our decision-making process, and our decision-making process is transparent and very democratic, right? So no one person can determine that this is how it's going to be. That is our strength, right? And also the strength, our strength lies in the ethics we follow as a party, right? The rules that we are all bound by, whether it's the general secretary of the party or the newest member of the party or the newest person to collaborate with us, we all have to abide by the same code of conduct, right? With regard to our behavior, our practice, right? How we engage with the public, how we present ourselves to the public, right? So we are bound by that code of conduct, and that's pretty strong in our group because, like I said, we are very much a collective group who take responsibility for each other also and for each other's actions, right? So all I can say is judge us by what we do, right? How we behave, whether in Parliament or outside Parliament, right? You talked about the kind of patronage politics of the other parties, right? Look at us and see, how we function as a party, right? How the positions in our party are allocated or how the decision making process takes place, right? So judge us by our practice, not by what obviously our opponents are going to say in order to score points against us. I mean, don't take their word. Talk to us and judge us by our practice.